everybody. Thank you all so
Hello.
much for joining us today. It's going to be, oops. Oh, and it says I'm Dale, apparently. Here, let me fix that because my name is not Dale. My name is Carrie.
I'm Dale.
There we go. Yeah, so thank you all so much for joining us today. We are Dale and Carrie, the creators of the Seed to Spoon app. If you are familiar with that, awesome. Um, so we started gardening back about 10 years ago now, and went from knowing like nothing about gardening, like seriously knew like nothing. And then we ended up like along the way just getting obsessed and learning everything that there was to know. So here, let me find some pictures. We turned it from our backyard from absolutely nothing, and then over the course of like 2-3 years we ended up filling it with like a whole bunch of food and flowers and herbs. And yeah, we've definitely gone down the rabbit hole in learning everything there is to know gardening. It's been super fun. But along the way we were like, I wish there was an app to help us out with all this, and we couldn't really find a good one. So Dale was like, I got this.
And here we are.
And here we are today. Looks like hi everybody. I see a lot of y'all in the chat already. It looks like some of you already starting peppers too. That's exciting.
I'm
Looks
excited
like
today.
a lot of you have snow on the ground too, I'm seeing.
Wow.
Oh
Have
man,
our
here
peppers
we are
sprouted?
about
Are they,
peppers.
are they right behind you? Have they sprouted yet?
Um no. Not. Oh, I see one. I see one. I'm working on it. I started these last week, but um yeah, they're working on it. Started
Almost.
those in my biodome. Yeah.
So, so today we're going to talk all about peppers. We're going to show the peppers that we're growing this year. We're going to talk about why we chose those varieties, the different types of peppers we like to grow. We're going to talk about just starting your own pepper seeds in general, some tips on success, on certain things you can do to pepper seeds, and answer any of your questions. So, did my audio stop working?
It cut out for a second, but then you came back in.
Okay, I got a notification saying that. I think I like hit the cable. I won't do that. So, uh, so anyway, let's jump in and start talking about peppers. Oh, I guess we need to
Well, do you want
announce
to talk about the giveaway?
Yeah,
Yeah. Hold on. Of course, you know me, last second. Let me grab the name and put it in here. Do you want to tell them what they win?
yes. So each week we do these live streams and we do a giveaway. So during the live stream, you can be entered to win just by leaving a comment, and you win a free 1-year app subscription to the Seed to Spoon app. That gives you unlimited gardens, unlimited plants, unlimited grow bot questions, unlimited use of the app, essentially. So
And did you
um,
say free shipping on all of
you also
your
get
orders
shipping
or
on all
parts?
our seed orders.
Exciting.
Yep. So we're also giving away some pepper seeds as well. So just
Well,
leave a comment.
that's today. Last week, the one that we're doing now. We talked all about tomatoes in this way. So this person is about to win some tomato seeds. But
So the way
yes,
it works is we do a giveaway like right now. Well, we do it in the at the end of the live stream, and then for everyone that's watching it after the fact, we do another giveaway that we announce at the beginning of next week's live stream. So just leave a comment on YouTube or Facebook, and you'll be entered to win after this goes up, and then we're going to announce who won last week. So do you got someone ready, Carrie?
I do. Congratulations to Riley. Email us at info@seedtospoon.net and I will get you all set up with your Seed to Spoon app subscription and your pick of the tomato seeds that we talked about last week. It's exciting.
Congratulations.
Okay. So I did see a question real quick pop up before we dive in to peppers, because this was pepper related too. Bet was asking, is it okay to start tomato and pepper seeds next to each other in a 6 cell tray? Um, yes, and I actually did do that. So in my, I know this is biodome, but I do have some tomatoes over here. You can kind of see them, little tiny ones, in there too. But the other side is a bunch of peppers. But generally it is better to keep things that are going to keep like sprout at the same time frame, and be up potted around the same time frame and all that. But these, like, I needed to plant more of these because they were my little miniature tomatoes. I was like, I really want a whole bunch more of them. So I put them in here, and I'm like, I'm just going to pop them out, transplant them before before there's any issues with overcrowding or anything like that. Just keep in mind that like the pepper or the tomatoes will sprout faster and start getting a lot bigger sooner.
Yeah, you'll just have to transplant them out, but it's totally okay just to start them in the biodome together.
Yeah. Okay. So as I was going through our peppers, we have a whole bunch of different peppers. If you guys joined us last week for all of the tomatoes we're growing, we're probably growing even more different varieties of peppers, because I started an entire 40 cell biodome there of peppers. Well, a couple of them are tomatoes, but for the most part, it was all peppers, and we love peppers. I mean, really do. Especially Dale. Like he loves adding peppers to pretty much literally everything that we eat. I think at this point, you add peppers to.
And you do too. Like when I first met you, you did not like peppers really at all. Like you didn't like. Did you really eat them on much of anything?
No, before no.
And then slowly we started introducing them, and now you like them just as much as I do. So,
I do. Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
not just fresh peppers that we use too. We do a lot of pickled peppers, and that's probably the primary way that I eat peppers these days. Is we have jars of pickled peppers that we keep in our pantry, and I always have one in the fridge going. And a lot of times, I basically just I have pickled onions and pickled peppers, and that's gonna be a tongue twister if I keep saying that too many times. Um, So I get a spoon, like a giant spoonful of each, throw them on a cutting board together, dice them all up, throw some salt on it, and that's what I have just inside of wraps and burritos and stuff all the time. Pretty much everything I eat. So um, we also do a lot of freezing of peppers, and we'll get into all that and talk about it later. But if you are someone that doesn't necessarily like spice, like don't be shied away from growing peppers, because there's a lot of varieties out there that aren't spicy, and we'll get into some of those as well because we grow them for our kids as well. So we'll talk about some strategies there and how to not accidentally eat a spicy one too. So we do some color coding in the garden, try to at least, to help the kids know which ones are really spicy, because they will just walk out there and grab one and just take a bite.
Randy was asking when we're transplanting our warm weather plants here in Oklahoma. Yeah, we do not have any warm weather plants out right now. We were in like the early lower 20s. I was trying to say early 20s. I was like, that's not. The lower 20s yesterday, actually, like then this morning. Like it's been very, very cold. We had a cold front come through, even though like we had like super nice days, and then yeah, it's definitely not ready to go yet. And I'm just starting them inside right now. I think we still have, here, let me look at the app real quick. 4 weeks predicted until our last spring frost. So I am for sure waiting until then before we get our warm season crops out. So yeah, we'll be doing
Yeah,
that.
we're a little behind on just garden prep too. So um, we're off work this week. I mean, we're working now, but aside from this live stream, we're off this week, and we're going to be spending a lot of time getting our garden ready and all of that. So, like Carrie said, the weather's been pretty crazy. It was 23 earlier this week. It's going to be 96 in a couple days. That's just
Yeah,
Oklahoma
it's
for you
just
this time of year.
it's
So we
crazy.
don't even really have any cool season stuff out. Again, like we have I've talked about this a bit. The sunroom behind me here is where we have a lot of our food growing right now, and it's taking a lot of the pressure off of us from feeling like we have to hurry up and get stuff ready. So I'm really like viewing the outside garden as I'm not really starting on it much until probably about 4 weeks from now. But right now we are spending a lot of time going through getting the weeds out, getting fresh mulch down, getting the compost in the beds, getting everything kind of cleaned and organized. And we got to put up a fence around the garden. We brought the goats and sheep in to do some landscaping for us and to eat some weeds. Um, so yeah, we're just kind of getting ready, but probably about a month before this stuff is actually going outside. Now, some of the stuff is going out into our sunroom in like the green stock that we have. We have a couple green stalks in there. We've got some smart pots in there. So we will be moving some of these into the sunroom. But as far as outside, we're still about a month out.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, So I'm not as organized as I was last time. I had like all of the seed packets ready to go last time, but because I already planted them out, I put them away and I was like, "Oh man." But I figured I can show you in here too how I planted this out. So this was this is my biodome over here that I planted out in the Seed to Spoon app. And obviously it's incredibly amazing to be able to do this because so before we had this, we were having to do like an entire row of like the same thing. And then write labels for every single cell that was there. And it was just so time consuming and just such a pain. But now, like, I come in here, I have one of everything, but I know exactly what is where because it's in here. So, oh my gosh, it seriously is a lifesaver. I can't tell you guys enough how much I am in love with, especially for seed starting. It just makes my life so much easier to use the Seed to Spoon app. So anyways, how I kind of organized this was I had my tomatoes, my little miniature tomatoes up here that we're not really going to talk about today, but I wanted to plant some of those for my hanging basket. So I was like, I'm going to sneak some of those in here. So then up here, I kind of did some more. I started with my little miniature peppers over here and my sweet peppers. And then I move into the hotter peppers down here for Dale. So let's see. First one on the list is New Mex Easter that I did. And I did one of those. So if we want to, let's see. It's this one right here. Oh, it's so pretty and it's so cute. I'm so excited for this one. It is a little tiny one. And technically it says ornamental pepper, but you can still eat that. Like they're still edible. And this one is like a little tiny miniature plant. I think it says, does it say 8 inches tall? I think is what
Wow.
it says. Yeah, I was like, oh, this is going to be so perfect for our sunroom. It's so cute, so tiny. Like, this will be so fun. So, this was one that I grew for me.
Mhm.
So, I was excited for this one. I mean, just look at that. It's so pretty.
How does it taste? Is it bitter? I know a lot of these ornamental ones are usually bitter.
I'm pretty sure it said sweet in there. And I was like, okay. Cause it said something about it being like, even though it was an ornamental, you're going to have a hard time deciding between eating it and just
Uh huh.
looking at it with how pretty it is. So I was
Yeah.
like, I'm all for that.
So one of the great things about growing peppers too is it can help some of the other plants around you because it can work as a companion plant. Pests generally don't like peppers. So if you had something like this as a border along something, then that would help protect it. So I think that would be a great use for this too, just from a use perspective out in the vegetable garden as well. But yeah, that does look really cool.
I know. I was excited for this one. So I planted one of those for our sunroom. I was like, I'm definitely going to put that in the sunroom because with how cute it is. Let's see what the next one was. So I planted a couple kitchen mini peppers. So the first one I did was the red one, the Fresh Bites red. Here, let me switch it over. And so I did this one because I'm a huge fan of the kitchen minis. I have Let me scoot over a little bit. So I have the kitchen mini tomato over here, which is like a foot and a half tall, maybe. I have the kitchen mini basil over here. I have a lot of things growing behind me in like little 1 gallon pots. And I was like, I need to get more peppers in here now. And I thought the red would be really pretty and like pop. So I was like, I'm gonna try this red one. And because these again are really small, compact plants. They have different color peppers. They have a green, a yellow, and an orange, and they're all sweet. Those ones are sweet peppers, and yeah, that they've done really well for me in the past. I've grown these many times, and just wanted to get some more.
So let's pause briefly and just talk a little bit about starting pepper seeds and some stuff that we do for that. So one of the keys when it comes to pepper seeds is they really like prefer 80 to 90 degree temperatures for germination. So it's going to be like out of everything we grow, it's the thing that is likes the most amount of heat. So the easiest way to do that is with a heat mat. We sell them in our store. I also recommend if you're going to use a heat mat, get a thermostat to use with it. Do we have that linked here? Yeah, so here's a link to a heat mat that we have. And we've got a bunch of different sizes, I think. So check that out. And then the
Mm-hmm.
thermostat, I'm not seeing a link to it, but let me uh, share my screen again. So this is key when it comes to using a heat mat because you can control the temperature easily with this. So it works just like a thermostat, like you would imagine. It has a little soil probe, and you can set the temperature of what you want it to be, and it will control your heat mat and turn it on or off so that it stays that temperature. So if you're going to go the heat mat route, definitely recommend one of these. Something else we've done is we've taken advantage of the heat that um, our grow lights provide. So in the area over behind Carrie, so this grow light system like setup that we have here, which is just the wire shelf rack that we have, um, those lights actually changed the temperature around there quite a bit. I think it was like 10 degrees warmer right above the lights than
Yeah.
everywhere else. So we use that to our advantage. So the biodomes that are right above the lights are for warm season stuff like peppers and tomatoes. And then our cool season stuff is down at the bottom where it doesn't have lights right below them. So that's another way that you can help. So with peppers, like we're growing our peppers right there with no heat mat indoors. But again, like it stays pretty much 70 in our house, and then it's 10 degrees warmer right there, so it's 80 degrees right there. So now we would probably have faster germination if we went with 85 or 90.
Yes.
um but then like that would be like our heat mats are out in the garage and we really don't have that area set up yet, we're not ready for it. So again, like make
Plus,
do
it's
with what
also
you got.
been super cold still in the garage too.
Mm,
So yeah, that would have been battling that too.
yeah, so I mean I've also heard of people making use of like maybe an area behind like a TV cabinet where it gets really warm, somewhere like that to germinate peppers. Um, if there's an area maybe where I've heard of people that have like heating vents on the floor that they'll put it on top of or something like that. So just think about that. But peppers need heat to germinate, so that's really the biggest tip when it comes to germinating peppers.
We did get a question. If you had to prioritize heat or light for pepper seedlings, which would be more important?
Hmm. Good question.
I mean, so for me, I would say probably heat in the beginning and then light after the fact.
Yeah,
Because
because they don't need light to germinate. Like you can germinate pepper seeds without light at all.
yeah,
Um, but once they sprout, then the light becomes more important.
yeah. And I mean, pretty much once they sprout, you take the heat mat off anyways, too. So, I mean, yeah. So, I mean, that's really
Yeah, if it's like in our garage or something, we can't just take the heat mat off because our garage gets too cool. But if you're growing indoors or something, you could totally just do that. But yeah, so um, yeah, okay. So let's jump back in and talk about some more varieties, and then if y'all have any other questions about peppers, drop them in the chat, and we can pause and answer those too.
So we were in the middle talking about kitchen minis. So I actually had two different kitchen minis that we planted. So there was they have the sweet kitchen mini peppers, and then they also have one that is a hot fajita. That it actually has like spicy ones too.
Oh,
So
nice.
so I did one of those also. Let's see if I can find the scan thing. There it is. Um, yeah, so I grew this one as I knew you would want this to
Yeah.
have like some hot peppers like right there, easy to access in our kitchen. So yeah, absolutely. I'm excited because I we actually haven't grown this one right here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to give this one a try. We usually just stick with the kitchen mini, like the sweet ones. So
The
this
fresh
is
bite one. Yeah.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Um we have a couple other questions that popped up too. Do you recommend taking peppers off the heat after they germinate?
It just depends. If you're growing inside your house, then I'd probably say yes. If you're growing in your garage or somewhere where it's going to get cold, then I'd probably leave them on there. The reason why I would take them off is because you want to start getting those plants ready for the conditions that they're going to be in when they go outside. And it's not going to be 80 all the time when they go outside. So the more that they can start getting used to temperatures that are more in line with what they're going to be exposed to, the better. Because if they're just kept in this 80-degree, perfectly humid environment for the first month and they go outside into, dipping into the 60s or high 50s or whatever, they're going to really go through a lot of shock. So I would start thinking about kind of it's almost like hardening off, but way ahead of time to start thinking about getting that plant to the point where it's ready for what it's going to be dealing with outside.
Yeah, and I think it also just depends on your environment too. I mean,
Mm.
generally, yes, we take them off and turn it off, but like the environment's usually like, 60s, 70s. So, but if you are growing in like a garage and you have like freezing temperatures outside, you might want to keep it on just like at a lower temperature just to kind of get it through.
Yeah, and calling out what Harry noticed here too. So we have 25% off every single thing on the website right now. So if you're going through and shopping with us right now and ordering seeds, make sure you use that Spring 25 code, and that'll get you 25% off. And if you are a premium subscriber to Seed to Spoon as well, yearly subscriber, that gets you free shipping as well. So thanks for calling that out, Harry. Okay,
Okay.
what are the next varieties?
Sweet sunset. See, I'm starting with all of the sweeter ones and the ones that aren't as spicy and yeah, more for me and the kids to be able to have some peppers. Um, so yeah, this is one I planted one of these, and it's one obviously like the name suggests, it's a sweet one. Um, but I thought they looked really nice and tasty. I know we've grown these ones in the past, but I couldn't for the life of me recall. Like I would just yeah, this variety like I recognized the name, but I was like I can't remember. So yeah, so I'm gonna give it another try.
Do you want to talk about some of the ways that you like to use these kinds of peppers?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I like to use them in all ways, but yeah, I
Mhm.
mean, I love doing sweet peppers in like, I mean, in the kids too. I put them in like wraps, burritos too. I toss them in with the kids stuff. I put it in, I mean, literally everything, I feel like at this point.
You've got that one recipe you really like to make too with like the cream cheese that you make with these sweet peppers. Do you remember that? You like fill the
Oh,
side and then it's like bacon wrapped or something. Like,
yeah. The jalapeno poppers,
but
whatever.
you do
Yeah.
sweet peppers too
But
for
I
you.
do it with sweet peppers, and the
Mhm.
kids love them. I mean, yeah, because yes, with using it for like jalapenos, it can get a little spicy. But if you do some of these with the sweet peppers, or even with bell peppers too, like, oh man, like they're very, very good. Obviously, because the kids would love it. They just devour it because it's just, I mean, cheese and bacon. Like it's their favorite things in the world.
So basically, what we do is we take these peppers, we cut them in half. Depending on the variety, we'll scoop the seeds out and then fill the inside with like a cream cheese mix. Do you like cream cheese and like shredded cheese mixed together normally?
Yeah.
Then,
Sometimes some
um,
chives too. I'll sprinkle some chives in there too.
and then just wrap the whole thing in bacon and then air fry that for, I don't know, like 10 minutes or something normally. Is that about right?
Something like that sounds pretty good.
You
Yeah.
like to make them on like the griddle though, the skillet. So,
Yeah, we have like a little tabletop skillet that I pop them on. Makes it super easy.
yeah. All right, what's our next variety? I'm getting hungry. It's what happens to us.
Pretty and sweet.
Another ornamental.
Of
Oh, those
course.
are pretty.
I know. Look at those. They have like purple in them too, and like, yeah, very, very nice. But yes, so these ones are supposed to be like sweet tasting as well. So they're supposed to be like a really, really good like one for the kids was what I was thinking, and me too. But yeah, they had like purple peppers on there too, and all of that. So I was really happy about that. I thought that the kids would really appreciate having some different colored sweet peppers.
All right, what else we got?
Oh, okay. Yeah, Paige says she did the sweet sunset before. They did really good for her before.
Nice.
Let's see. Next, I did bell peppers. I did the Park Seed Sweet Rainbow Mix peppers.
Yeah, we've grown this a lot. This
Yep.
is what this is the bulk of the bell peppers that we've gotten has been from this one.
Yep. Yeah, I did a couple bell pepper just because these plants are so prolific. I only did three different bell pepper plants, and they were all these the park seed mixes because they always just thrive and give us like an overabundance of bell peppers, which is an amazing problem to have. I was actually like freezing bell peppers. Which is really cool because I this is the first time I had tried it before, so we sliced these bell peppers that we had and put them into the freezer, and we were pulling them out whenever we made like a pizza or thing and things like that, and we would pop them on top of the pizza and have like some extra bell peppers on the pizza. It was really fun and a really cool use of them. I was like, wow, why haven't we been doing this the whole time?
This one also I'll call out. You probably want to plant this or start this entire pack of seeds. So it's not that like it's one plant that produces a rainbow of different colors of peppers. This is a mix of seeds where there's 7 different varieties in here that have different that are all like all the different colors. So on this one, if you're going to be growing this one and you want the mix, then you need to plant all of the seeds in there, and then you're going to have different colors throughout it. But it's not, again, just to clarify, it's not like one pepper plant that uh, makes like a rainbow of colors. That would be cool.
Uh,
Uh, Not been invented yet, but it is cool. Cool. A couple other questions I saw pop up that I wanted to go ahead and address. So, Lim asks how many peppers we grow. A lot. It's probably the thing we grow the most of. So, how many do we have going right now?
That's what I was gonna say. In here, so this is a 40 cell biodome, and I did 5 tomatoes in here. So I have 35 pepper plants right here.
Yeah, we'll probably end up north of 50 by the time we're done.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's always the thing we grow the most of for a number of reasons. Number one, they're very easy to grow, and it makes me feel like a really good gardener because we always end up with a lot of peppers. So no matter what happens with the rest of the garden, we're going to end up with peppers. We also eat a lot of them, and we were buying a lot of them conversely, so it saves us money. It's something that's pretty easy to give out to people, to friends and stuff. If you end up having extras, people know what to do with peppers. They like peppers. Um, it's also, like I mentioned earlier, a great companion plant. It's also something that grows really, really well in a smart pot. So pretty much every if I look out my garden and see there's some open smart pots, I think there could be a pepper in that plant in that smart pot. So that's generally why we end up with so many peppers is because we have empty spots in the garden and peppers don't
Yeah.
take up a ton of space too. Like
It's everywhere.
you could literally grow them like one in each square foot, and you might need to prune a little bit depending on variety, but you can get away with that. So, um, yeah, it makes you feel like a really good gardener to grow peppers. I highly encourage you to grow them, and it's also something in the heat of Oklahoma. It's something that we can have growing. Now, I will say even peppers once it gets above 90, like 95 it will have a hard time producing fruit and it'll make flowers, but the flowers will drop off. So if that's happening to you in the middle of the summer, that's completely normal. That's kind of what happens with peppers and tomatoes. Another thing I'll call out as a common problem is if you have a pepper plant that is giant and green and looks amazing but doesn't have any flowers on it, then you probably gave it too much nitrogen. So we try and slow down on nitrogen with peppers. We'll give it some nitrogen in the very beginning, and then we don't give it any more nitrogen fertilizer after that. We give it the Espoma tomato fertilizer we give to both peppers and tomatoes. And then another question I saw in the thermostat from earlier, I wanted to bring up as well. So that thermostat does work with any heating mat. The thermostat just controls whether or not the plug is on or off, essentially. So you can plug whatever heat mat you want into it. It would also work with like if you had a heat lamp or something, like it would work with that as well. Okay, what's our next variety?
Well, we had a couple of more bell peppers. So we also have this Parks Whopper 2 hybrid bell pepper. This one, again, like it always produces a whole bunch for us. And this one is always like huge bell peppers. So if you are used to getting like the huge bell peppers at the store, this is an amazing replacement plant for that because these do not disappoint. They are named Whopper for a reason. Oh, that looks good.
I'm gonna make food immediately as soon as we end this live stream.
I
I am making food.
wish we had fresh peppers to make that.
I know. I know.
Ah, I'm excited. Yeah.
I'm not
Um,
a big bell pepper fan. I'm more of like the spicy pepper, but
yeah, but I love bell peppers though. And that's what, but I had to sneak in 3 bell pepper plants and I had to do the top ones. And so like this Parks Whopper yellow as well. So again, just like the green one, it's just this one is yellow. So this one again, huge, huge bell peppers. Yes. All in on this.
what else you got?
Okay. After that, we
Are
are
those all the
moving
bells?
to some. Yes, I told you I held myself back this year
You
because
did.
last year we did have an overabundance of bell peppers because I planted way too many. I got really excited, but I was fine with that. But Dale was like, "Why didn't we have more jalapenos?"
So I saw that Grace joined a little bit late. I think you missed. We just talked about kitchen minis. I would
Ah,
go look at those for the green stalks. The kitchen minis are made to stay small and they're perfect for that. But even like um
that
some
Easter
of
one
the ornament
too. Yeah,
yeah,
that
the
Easter one was
yeah.
8 inches tall. Mm.
Yeah, so go back and check out like the first one we went through was the Easter ornamental, and then after that the kitchen minis. But if you just want to go to parksea.com and search for kitchen mini pepper, then this is basically what we talked about. Are these 4 peppers right here? And this is the hot one, and these ones are the sweet ones. We've grown the sweet ones. We haven't grown the hot one yet. It'll be our first year growing that.
Yeah, you and me both. We're definitely going on all the peppers. Hey, you want to pull up the main screen of the website to show that
Yeah.
discount code? Yeah.
If you're ever not sure what discount we're running, just go to the main page because we generally update this main area right here with current discount. There's also like this bar at the top. So we've got a couple things. So it's cycling between because we've got the free shipping on any order over $75 and then 25% off with that code there. And then also we do several coupons that are email list only. So if you sign up for our email list, then there's some like early access stuff we do there and like email exclusive type things. So make sure you're joining our email list for that as well, and text messages and whichever you prefer. I think it's the same one going to both, but I've seen some things that are text only. So,
Okay.
all right, got next on our list.
Let's jump in. So here is, oh, it kind of shows up weird.
Is that a
I think.
poblano?
Yes. Here, let me fix the name.
And it's actually goes by this other name, so it's not called poblano. I saw a comment
There we
earlier.
go.
Someone asking about poblanos. It was Bruce here. I think we're fighting over the comment button.
Oh, I
Okay.
just.
Okay, so Bruce was asking about poblano earlier. So if you want to grow poblano peppers, search for well, if you search for poblano, it comes up. But that's what this is. This Carranza pepper. We got the two different types. Interesting. I don't know why we have two for that. Did you get both?
I did not. No, this was the only one that I had seen.
That one's sold out. This is
Oh,
probably like
that's
we have
probably
that.
why then.
Yeah,
But yes,
I
I
need
have
to
this
hide that one on the
one, and
website.
I planted an entire row of these because I know how
Thank,
much you love your poblano peppers. So I
yes.
did 5 different plants of these. So I make this rice with poblano peppers that is just so good. Like, it really is incredible. I just take it and I run it through a Ninja just to like get it all blended up. And I use it in mixture whenever I add in the water to rice. So it like cooks in with the rice too. And like at the end, oh my gosh, it is so good.
Yeah, it is. There's something about poblano peppers. I don't know what it is. I don't know why I like them so much. They're kind of on that in between bell peppers and jalapenos. They're not super spicy and they're not really bitter like bell peppers. And once you start cooking them, or even if you like, we remember how all the ways we made poblanos that one year where we tried
Yeah,
smoking
we like
poblanos on the
roasted some too. I
yeah.
remember. Yeah.
We like had our like smoker for like 10
Uh-huh.
hours. We made paprika, not paprika. We made what's it called when you it's called something
I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember.
it's called something adobe. I don't know.
Oh, that yeah, somebody
Oh
saved
man.
it in the
Thank you.
chat.
Somebody in the chat said it's called something when you smoke poblanos, and I'm talking about smoking it in a smoker. So anyway, Um, yeah, there's something about poblanos where they just have just incredible flavor. They're a great size for like stuffing them with like ground beef and cheese and rice and yeah, poblanos are my favorite. So if you haven't grown poblanos yet, I highly recommend checking. Yeah, I thought that was it. I didn't know how to say it. I knew it wasn't adobe though.
Or
Adobo. Adobo. Yeah, I think I'm saying it right. I don't think I'm saying it right. Somebody but that's the word I was thinking of. Thank you. Thank you. I would have bet on Harry uh, being the one to jump in and answer that, by the way, if I could have placed a bet on that. He's always saving me in these live streams. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. All right. What is next?
Okay, so I did an entire row of those, and now I have a couple singular ones of the a little bit more spicy ones because I didn't want to have an overabundance of these. The first one was quick fire hot. Let's see if I. There it is. Oh, there's no space in between quick fire. That's probably
Well,
why
I
it's.
need to fix that though, because our search should be smart enough to know that like that was the same thing. Sorry, I'm the guy that works on that. So I'm like, every time I find something with the website, I'm like, I gotta fix that on these live streams. So okay, what does this one do? This is a spicy
Uh,
one. Not, it
yeah.
looks ornamental, but it's one that actually tastes
No,
good.
yeah,
It's
this is the
highly
hot.
ornamental,
Well, it is pretty, but yes, it
like
is.
the high ones. This is also a pepper that is used a lot for making your own sauces. So these are also the types of peppers that we use for making our own bug spray that we use in the garden. Whether it's like Tabasco type. So this is like the Tabasco type pepper. So if you want to make your own Tabasco sauce as well, um, you're going to get a ton of peppers from these. That's one of the nice things about these plants is you get so many peppers off of them, and they're able to hold up on their own. So they're not like jalapenos where they're like these giant peppers hanging down from them. It looks like they do. Like the picture is pretty accurate how they look, where the peppers are like sticking up at you. So awesome. What's next on our
Yeah, so
list?
I did one of those because it is very prolific, like you said. Pathfinder Serrano was the next one. There it is. And
I love
again,
peppers.
yes, I know.
Mhm.
I had to do a good variety, like pretty much everything that was jalapeno on the range from mild to spicy. I grew at least one of. But this one, I think, is supposed to be on the hot side. You can scroll down
Yeah.
and see.
Yeah, it's pretty similar to jalapeno. It's a little hotter, bit of a different flavor.
Yeah. So I did one of those again to try to balance out since it was a little hotter than the others. And then let's see. Oh, Jalafuego.
I remember this one.
Yeah. Yeah. This one is one I did several of because
Hmm.
we have had such amazing success with this. This has been one of our best performers.
It's very hot, so beware. It's a very hot, but you're gonna get a lot of it, and it's gonna grow really well for you. But it's very hot.
Let's see. Okay. Park Swapper Jalapeno.
And this is more of a friendly jalapeno that isn't quite as hot as the jalafuego, and they're gonna be really big
Yeah. They're,
jalapenos.
they're
Like
quite
yeah,
large. So if
this
you are
picture is
looking
pretty
for a good
accurate.
stuffing jalapeno for those, for what we were talking about earlier, the wow, my mind went blank with the cheese and
The bacon wrapped jalapenos.
yes,
Yeah,
jalapeno poppers. Yes. Whew, wow, my mind's going. But yes, these are perfect for that because they do get really large and they're not super spicy, that they have a little bit of spice to them, but they're not like incredibly spicy. They're overwhelming. So like they're the perfect for me. I really like them. I enjoy them. So this one right here is really good. So I grew several of these.
nice. It's gonna be a big jalapeno plant, so prepare. Like
Yeah.
I use tomato cages for this one.
Yeah. Next I have the early jalapeno.
So this is what's how many days on it? Do you remember?
I do not remember. It was last week I planted.
65 days.
Yeah, I thought that this would be a really good one to add in too, because that way we can get some jalapenos faster for you.
It looks like it might be a smaller one too. So I think this would be a good one to put in our sunroom.
Nice. Well, good.
Yeah,
We have several of them too.
nice. And
So
this is another one of our packet of seeds that's 295. So we have a lot of other seeds that are in that 295 category. If you go to the deals section on our website, then you can see all the deals that we've got in play. And we've got seeds under $3 here. and you can see all the seeds we've got for under $3. There's a lot of them.
Ah, Anthony vouches for it. He says the early one's a good one. Awesome. Okay. And then I have the San Joaquin jalapeno. You see, I told you I did like every one that said that was a
Have
jalapeno.
we grown this one before? Well, we grew every pepper that we had last year. Now, I don't know if all of them made it to our table to harvest, but we tried to germinate every single pepper that we had last year. I remember that. I don't remember this one particular though. It is an All American Selection winner though, so I'll call that out. If you see this logo right here for AAS winner, then that generally is a good indicator that it's a good variety to go with. When we first came on board with Park Seed 5 years ago, we wanted to try every single variety that they had. And we've made a pretty good way through the catalog at this point. And we started off with the All American Selection winners. And it's a way that we found a lot of the varieties we really like, and it's really been good to go off of that. So if you see that, that's what that means, and generally it's indicative of it being a really good variety to go with. This is a 60-day one too.
Nice.
Okay, what do we got next?
Jalapeno M.
Is it a mile one? I assume is what the M's for.
Yep. So I grew several of these because I was like, this will be a nice, even one that we can
I remember
do.
these little ones from
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah. I remembered these ones. I remembered, well, this was actually 2 years ago. I remember growing a bunch of these because I remember writing jalapeno M on labels over
Yeah.
and over. I was like, I'm tired of writing this.
So let's
But
talk about color
that
coding strategy, especially if you've got kids in play. So our kids will just go out in the garden and just grab a jalapeno and eat it. So we've got to be careful with the ones that we have that are very, very spicy. So what we do is number one, the the things that are really spicy, I try and put in an area of the garden that they're probably not going to be in very often. So it's not going to be like right at the entrance, like calling their name, like "come pick me." It's going to be like off in a raised bed that's like behind other stuff that they're probably not going to be over very often. I'm also going to color code things. So I'm going to use like as much like red labels, red tomato cages. Um, this year, I think let's take it a step further and put like a red, like, uh,
ties. Like,
yeah, something like that to denote like, do not eat this one or something like that. So,
yeah.
um,
I remember when our daughter had a friend over too, and they both went out into the garden and decided to eat a jalapeno or like something that was incredibly spicy. And they were both like, ah, I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I like
Mexican.
the fire signs on Harry's comment. He said little fire signs.
I
Yeah.
like it. That's what we need to do. We can put something on the smart pots on the side of the smart pot, I bet.
Yeah, that'll be red smart paws. We don't have any red ones, do we? Edvin, do y'all have any red ones? Is Edvin in here? I haven't seen him in a
They have
comment.
orange. I know
Yeah.
there's orange. So we'll have to get like some orange or something like that because that is a good idea to do different color smart pots for the ones and tell them, hey, if you have if there's a smart pot in an orange or there's an orange one, don't touch it.
Okay, Mexican sunrise. That looks really cool.
Yeah, that's what I thought this one was cool looking. I always like the ones that get a little. I remembered growing this one because I remembered having a whole bunch of these. I was like, oh, so that was what this pepper was that we had so many of. Remember, we had so many of these yellow ones. We were like, which variety was this? We couldn't
Yeah.
remember.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was this one. So I was like, okay, we're definitely going to need to grow this again because we had just so many and they were so good. Like the taste was very like it wasn't overpowering, like it wasn't too much, but it was like a really good like adding into pretty much anything and everything. So We used a lot of these.
This is another smaller one too, only 22 inches. Speaking of which, we had a question about kitchen minis growing in the leaf pocket of a green stalk. I know that's like the smaller. There's two different pocket sizes on the green stalk, the leaf and then like the regular. We have both.
We
I
have
think.
both. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm looking at them right now. I'm like, oh yeah, yeah, because they are. There's some that are bigger and some that are
yeah. I
smaller.
think you're going to be fine with either pocket size
Yeah.
because the base of the plant it doesn't need that much width. And then um, Todd jumped in and said that he grew an entire green stalk of peppers, which sounds really cool. I kind of want to do that with one of our
That's
green
cool.
stalks. Have the whole thing be
You're gonna make me start a whole bunch more now, aren't you?
yeah, yeah. We're gonna need a lot more peppers.
Okay, as long as I can grow a lot more like the little Easter ones, I will do it because I feel like the Easter ones would be perfect in my little pink green stalk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right.
Yeah.
How many pepper plants do we have left?
Well, that was the
That was
end
the last
right
one.
there. Yeah, I have. I told you we had a lot. We went through quite a few of them.
All right. Are
These ones
there
I
any
told
other?
you five of
Oh,
those, and then these ones were each paired into three groups of three.
so let's think about what we didn't cover on peppers. So one thing we didn't really talk about, we talked a little bit about preservation, but let's just cover the different ways that we preserve peppers. So the main ways for us are going to be pickling first and foremost now at this point. So that's really simple. You just dice up the peppers and then put them in mason jars. And then what's the mixture that we're making to pour into there, Carrie?
Um, Sorry, I was trying to find images to pop up. Um, it is a half of vinegar, like apple cider vinegar, and half of water, and then I put in like some wow, why am
Garlic
I
and
today? Garlic. Thank you. Oh my gosh.
boil that mixture, right? And then you pour that into
Yes.
the mason jar. Yeah, so
Yeah.
this is what we make a lot of with our peppers. So like Carrie mentioned, we just dice up the peppers, put them in the mason jar, boil the apple cider vinegar water mixture, pour it into here, and then add some vinegar. And we have a whole bunch of these in our pantry. We also will freeze them. So with that, we're just going to dice them up, put them on a baking sheet on some parchment paper, and put that in the freezer, like a flat layer. And then after a few hours, they'll be frozen enough where you can put them into. Is it a few hours, Carrie, or 24 hours? Is it
I
really?
wait 24 hours. Yeah,
Right.
I wait until the next day because I don't want them to be any sort of moist or else they just get clumpy in the
Yeah.
bag. So I make sure that they're like they're pretty well frozen through, and then I put them into a bag.
Yeah. And then we'll also do dry peppers as well. So we have a dehydrator we've used. We've also just left peppers out on the counter, and eventually they dried. And like, hey, that's a dried pepper now. So that works also. We have a
We've
lot.
also like that one time. Remember we had that red chili, that Thai chili plant. And it was
Hmm.
right before we had a frost. We just went in, we chopped it at the base, we brought it into the kitchen, hung it upside down by the window, like and just like let it sit there for a couple weeks, and then we pulled them off and had dried peppers. Like it, it was
Like a
perfect.
just a pepper plant hanging upside down from our like curtain rod in the kitchen, just chilling. And then yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Okay, what else with peppers? There's not a lot of pests for the most part. Some aphids, but really not too bad. It needs a lot of light. So put it in an area of your garden that's going to get a lot of sun. That's a big deal with peppers. They need more sun than pretty much anything else that we grow. And they don't like cold at all. So if it's going to be below 55, they're going to really struggle. And if they get stunted early on, sometimes they don't recover. So with peppers, sometimes we'll start several rounds of peppers that are a few weeks apart in case there's some sort of a late cold front that comes through or something that happens that stunts our peppers. We've got another batch ready to go. It's really really easy and cheap to start seeds, and it's way more cost effective than buying a new round of plants if your transplants die if you bought them from the nursery.
Oh yeah, it's quite eye-opening, especially like these past couple years trying to go and buy transplants. You can get yeah, you can get so many seeds in one packet, and I feel like one packet of seeds is equal to buying one transplant. And in the entire packet of seeds, I mean, you can have anywhere from like 20 to 100 seeds in there too. So it's like I could have 100 plants or one. Like, yeah.
All right, well, let's announce our winner for our giveaway. So, just as a reminder, we do a giveaway every week, and we give away a 1 year premium app subscription to our Seed to Spoon app. That also gives you free shipping through Park Seed with all of your orders, and you're also going to get some pepper seeds. So, if you're watching this after the fact and you did not miss out, we do another giveaway. We do two giveaways. We do one that we're about to do right now, and then at the beginning of next week's live stream we'll do a giveaway for anyone that left a comment between now and then on this video. So you can still be entered to win and just leave a comment. So drum roll, Carrie, do you have someone?
I do. Congratulations to Anthony. Send us an email at info@seedtospoon.net and we'll get you all hooked up with your free 1 year premium access as well as pepper seeds. It's very
Another
exciting.
great tip that just popped in from Robin here. So peppers do not like wet leaves, which is totally true. So what that means is when you water your pepper plant, just water down at the base of the plant and try not to get the leaves wet because that will cause issues with peppers. Peppers also will dry out a little faster than other plants. Um, but it also whenever you stress them out a little bit, they seem to make more peppers too. So it's kind of a fine line between overwatering and not giving them enough. But um, peppers are one of the like before a tomato plant starts to show stress, but peppers will. So
We had one question that wasn't related to peppers that I wanted to pop up. So Patty was asking, she was filling a green stock and she wanted
oh
to
nice.
know if she was able to use Mel's mix in the green stock. So
Yeah, that's
yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely perfect mixture for your green stock. So for those of you who aren't familiar, Mel's mix is just it's a mixture of three things. So it's equal amounts of compost, vermiculite, and like coconut coir. And those are all perfect ingredients for green stalks.
and it
Yes.
comes from this book called Square Foot Gardening, which was one of the first gardening books that we ever read, and a lot of the things that stuck with us. We actually have an interview we did with the man that wrote the book has passed for a few years now, but his family still carries on his legacy, and we interviewed them on our podcast we used to do a few years ago. So check
Yeah.
out Square Foot Gardening, though. I'm a big fan of what they do and that strategy, and a lot of what we do is still inspired by it. So definitely recommend Mel's Mix for green stalks, though.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, great. Well, thank you all so much for joining us today. Like Dale said, we do these every week. We're always here, same time, same place, hanging out and chatting gardening. So make sure you
Thanks.
join us again, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.